Think you've seen it all when it comes to trucks? Think again. Today, we're diving deep into the world of the most bizarre, strange, and downright weird old-school trucks ever engineered. From vehicles that look like they were designed by aliens, to trucks that defy every rule of practicality, these machines are proof that engineers once let their imaginations run wild. In this countdown, we'll explore 10 trucks that are equal parts art, engineering, and madness trucks that you won't believe really existed. Buckle up because things are about to get weird. Number 10. White 3000. The White 3000 is an extraordinary example of mid-20th century American truck engineering. A vehicle designed during the 1940s, when industrial demand and wartime logistics pushed manufacturers to create machines that were both durable and adaptable. Unlike the flashy concept trucks or custom builds of its era, the White 3000 was conceived for sheer functionality and versatility, capable of performing in both civilian industries and military supply chains. Its design is immediately striking due to its massive, boxy proportions, which gave the truck a sense of solidity and authority unmatched by smaller commercial vehicles of the time. The cab featured a wide, flat windshield and simple geometric lines, reflecting the utilitarian design ethos, while the front fenders and heavy-duty bumpers projected toughness and resilience. What makes the White 3000 particularly unusual, however, is the sheer scale of its multi-axle layout, which allowed it to carry extremely heavy loads across challenging terrain. While Western trucks of the era typically prioritized standard payloads and simple configurations, the White 3000 pushed the boundaries of weight capacity, making it a workhorse capable of hauling extreme loads in diverse conditions, from snowy backroads to industrial construction sites. The truck's aesthetic is both intimidating and oddly elegant in its functionality, a manifestation of an era when industrial design and brute force coexisted to solve the practical problems of war and reconstruction. Its presence on the road was commanding, and even without flamboyant curves or aerodynamic flourishes, the White 3000 communicated purpose, reliability, and a sense of unstoppable mechanical power. This unusual combination of size, utility, and structural ingenuity ensures the White 3000 remains one of the most remarkable and strangest trucks of its era. Mechanically, the White 3000 was built to withstand extreme workloads while remaining operable in demanding environments. It typically featured a robust inline-six gasoline or diesel engine, capable of producing significant torque to move heavy payloads over rough terrain. The drivetrain was engineered for durability rather than speed, with multi-speed manual transmissions and heavy-duty axles designed to distribute weight evenly across the truck's frame. Its suspension system was particularly notable, incorporating leaf springs and reinforced mounting points to handle uneven roads, mud, and snow conditions that would cripple lesser trucks of the era. Braking systems were over-engineered, allowing drivers to safely control massive loads, even on inclines, a testament to the foresight of white engineers who understood the operational realities of wartime and industrial hauling. The cab itself was functional, but designed with a focus on driver comfort for long-haul operations, including spacious seating and strategically placed controls. Despite its utilitarian construction, the White 3000's engineering demonstrated a meticulous attention to detail. Everything from chassis strength to engine accessibility was optimized for heavy-duty reliability. Maintenance was relatively straightforward, with large engine compartments and standardized components that could be repaired in the field, essential for operations during war or in remote industrial zones. The combination of brute force, intelligent design, and practical adaptability made the White 3000 a truck that could endure decades of hard use without catastrophic failure, highlighting its role not just as a vehicle, but as a mechanical workhorse built to survive the toughest conditions. The White 3000's impact extends beyond its mechanical accomplishments. It became a symbol of American industrial strength during and after World War II, representing the ingenuity and durability necessary to support both military operations and the post-war economic boom. Its unusual size, multi-axle layout, and sheer hauling capacity made it a rare sight on civilian roads, often drawing attention from those accustomed to smaller conventional trucks. Today, surviving White 3000 trucks are considered historical treasures by collectors and vintage truck enthusiasts, admired for their massive scale, practicality, and unconventional engineering that set them apart from standard trucks of the era. Unlike concept vehicles designed primarily to dazzle, the White 3000's weirdness lies in its extreme functionality. It is a truck that looks almost like a mobile industrial fortress, yet it was built to operate efficiently in harsh, real-world conditions. Its longevity and reputation for reliability contributed to a legacy that still resonates with those interested in mechanical history and the evolution of heavy-duty trucking. The truck also influenced later industrial and military truck designs, proving that multi-axle layouts, reinforced frames, and powerful engines could be applied successfully in commercial applications. For enthusiasts of strange and unusual trucks, the White 3000 exemplifies how weirdness can emerge from sheer scale, engineering audacity, and a willingness to depart from conventional truck design. It serves as a reminder that some of the most fascinating trucks are not flashy or futuristic, but are designed to solve extreme logistical challenges with ingenuity and power. The White 3000 remains an icon of industrial ambition and a defining example of why the strangest trucks often come from the intersection of necessity and innovation. Number 9. AEC Mammoth Major. The AEC Mammoth Major is one of the most iconic and imposing trucks to emerge from Britain's post-war industrial boom. Introduced in the 1950s by the Associated Equipment Company, the Mammoth Major was designed as a heavy-duty, multi-purpose workhorse, capable of handling enormous loads with ease. Its towering cab and long, robust chassis immediately set it apart from standard trucks of the era, conveying a sense of raw power and resilience. The vehicle featured a forward control cab, giving drivers better visibility while maximizing cargo capacity. Its large, squared-off body and pronounced grille made it instantly recognizable on highways and industrial sites, while the massive wheels and reinforced axles were designed to traverse uneven terrain, including quarries, construction sites, and military applications. Unlike many trucks that prioritized function alone, the Mammoth Major managed to combine rugged durability with a striking presence, reflecting Britain's confidence in its industrial capabilities during the 1950s. Its design was versatile, allowing for configurations ranging from flatbeds to tippers, tankers, and specialized recovery vehicles. The Mammoth Major's aesthetic and structural design exuded authority, signaling that it was not just another transport truck, but a serious machine engineered to dominate heavy-duty tasks. Its combination of size, strength, and British engineering finesse made it a favorite among logistics operators who needed reliability without compromise, setting a standard for large trucks for decades to come. Beneath its commanding exterior, the Mammoth Major was engineered for power, endurance, and adaptability. It was available with a range of diesel engines, including the AEC 9.6-litre and later the 11.3-litre units, capable of producing enough torque to haul payloads of tens of tons. Its heavy-duty gearbox and multi-axle configuration allowed the truck to distribute weight evenly, improving stability under load and enhancing off-road capability. The suspension system incorporated robust leaf springs and reinforced frames, enabling the vehicle to navigate rough construction sites or uneven back roads without structural compromise. Many models featured a tandem rear axle, increasing traction and load capacity, while braking systems were upgraded over the years to handle the demands of heavily laden trips. The cab itself, while utilitarian, was engineered for comfort and practicality, with ample headroom, strategically placed controls, and good forward visibility. Drivers could operate the Mammoth Major over long distances without excessive fatigue, a testament to the vehicle's thoughtful ergonomics for such a large machine. Additionally, its modular chassis design allowed easy conversion for specialized roles, such as fire engines, concrete mixers, or military recovery vehicles. Each component, from The engine block to the driveshaft was designed with longevity and reliability in mind, resulting in trucks that often remained in service for decades, outlasting many contemporaries and cementing the Mammoth Major as a pillar of British heavy-duty trucking. The AEC Mammoth Major's legacy extends far beyond its engineering feats. It is a symbol of post-war industrial resilience and British automotive ingenuity. Throughout the 1950s and into the 1960s, the truck was employed across industries ranging from construction and logistics to municipal services and military applications. Its durability, versatility, and raw presence made it a favorite among operators, many of whom relied on it for tasks that would overwhelm smaller or less robust vehicles. Even today, surviving examples are celebrated by vintage truck enthusiasts, frequently showcased at shows and museums, highlighting the craftsmanship and ingenuity that went into their production. The Mammoth Major demonstrated that large trucks could combine strength, adaptability, and thoughtful design, setting a benchmark for future heavy-duty vehicles. It also reflected a time when industrial vehicles were built to last, prioritizing longevity and serviceability over cost-cutting, a philosophy that is often missing in modern mass-produced trucks. Beyond its functional achievements, the Mammoth Major has also become a cultural icon, appearing in films, documentaries, and vintage truck rallies as a representation of British engineering excellence. Its multi-decade service life, adaptability, and unmistakable aesthetic make it not just a vehicle, but a statement about the era's commitment to quality, reliability, and bold industrial design. In the context of the weirdest and strangest trucks ever engineered, the Mammoth Major earns its place not for radical styling, but for the sheer audacity of its size, engineering ambition, and dominance over the challenges of heavy hauling, proving that sometimes the strangest trucks are the ones that simply refuse to be ordinary. Number 8. Dodge Airflow Tanker. The Dodge Airflow Tanker was a radical departure from the conventional fuel trucks of the late 1930s, reflecting the era's obsession with streamlined, modern design. While most tankers at the time were boxy and utilitarian, the Dodge Airflow Tanker featured a continuous, flowing body that seamlessly integrated the cab, fenders, and cylindrical fuel tank into a single aerodynamic form. The result was a vehicle that looked like it was moving at high speed, even while parked, with smooth lines and rounded contours, giving it a futuristic, almost sculptural presence on the road. Commissioned by Texaco for fuel transport, the design wasn't just for show. The streamlined form reduced air resistance, improving fuel efficiency and stability for such a large vehicle. Chrome accents highlighted the curves, while the bright red livery of Texaco added visual impact, making the tanker a moving advertisement for both the brand and modern design principles. The cab was integrated tightly into the body, with minimal separation between the driver's compartment and the fuel tank, creating a cohesive, almost spaceship-like silhouette. Unlike typical trucks that prioritized cargo over appearance, the Dodge Airflow Tanker demonstrated that industrial vehicles could be beautiful as well as functional, a philosophy that challenged the norms of fleet vehicle design. It was, in every sense, a bold statement that engineering could embrace both efficiency and elegance, combining practicality with a visual flair that still turns heads in photographs and restored examples today. Beneath the futuristic exterior, the Airflow Tanker retained Dodge's robust and reliable engineering, built to handle the weight of fully loaded fuel tanks exceeding 15,000 pounds. The truck was powered by a Dodge inline-six engine, a workhorse configuration known for its durability and smooth operation. Its bridge truss construction cleverly integrated the fuel tank as part of the vehicle's structural frame, lowering the center of gravity and improving handling, a critical consideration for such a large, top-heavy load. Despite its sleek appearance, the tanker was designed for steady cruising, rather than high speed, with top speeds around 45 to 50 miles per hour, allowing drivers to navigate highways safely while maintaining fuel efficiency. Suspension and braking systems were reinforced to accommodate the heavy loads, and the chassis was engineered to withstand both long-distance hauling and the daily wear and tear of commercial operations. The cab's streamlined design was mirrored internally, offering drivers better visibility and reduced wind resistance, while maintaining functional controls and access. Every mechanical aspect of the truck was carefully adapted to complement its radical body design, ensuring that the airflow tanker was not only a spectacle of industrial artistry, but also a fully operational workhorse capable of meeting the demands of commercial fuel delivery in the heavy metal archive, the 1930s, pronounced 1930s. The Dodge airflow tanker left a lasting impression, not just for its engineering, but for its cultural significance. At a time when industrial vehicles were purely functional, this tanker proved that a commercial truck could also be an emblem of modernity and forward-thinking design. Its streamlined silhouette influenced later efforts in both fuel transport and general trucking, inspiring engineers to consider aerodynamics as a key factor in efficiency. Unfortunately, the onset of World War II and the resulting focus on utilitarian vehicles meant that few airflow tankers survived, and production was limited. Today, seeing a surviving example is akin to glimpsing a piece of history, a reminder of a period when beauty and functionality could coexist, even in the most mundane commercial vehicle. Collectors and automotive historians prize the airflow tanker for its audacity, noting how it pushed design beyond practicality into the realm of art. Its influence can still be traced in modern aerodynamic tankers and transport trucks, which borrow principles of airflow, integration, and efficiency pioneered by vehicles like the Dodge Airflow. Beyond its technical achievements, the tanker stands as a testament to a bold era of automotive experimentation, when manufacturers dared to imagine a future where even fuel trucks could be visually stunning and technically advanced. In the pantheon of weird and striking trucks, the Dodge Airflow tanker holds a unique place, demonstrating that innovation is often born from the willingness to combine beauty with necessity, leaving an enduring legacy for both designers and enthusiasts worldwide. Number 7. Tatra T138. The Tatra T138 is one of the most distinctive trucks to emerge from Eastern Europe in the mid-century, a true engineering marvel designed and manufactured by the Czechoslovakian company Tatra. Introduced in 1959, the T138 was built to handle the extreme conditions of post-war industrial and military operations, particularly in harsh terrains where conventional trucks struggled. What set the T138 apart was its unique backbone chassis and central tube frame, which ran the length of the vehicle, providing exceptional strength and rigidity while allowing the axles and suspension to articulate independently. This design gave the truck a strikingly unusual appearance compared to Western boxy trucks, with a high-mounted cab, rounded front, and protruding fenders that suggested both robustness and resilience. Its forward control cab offered drivers excellent visibility, and the elevated seating position gave a commanding view of the road and terrain ahead. Unlike typical trucks that relied solely on brute force, the T138's designers focused on flexibility and durability, creating a vehicle capable of traversing mud, snow, and uneven off-road surfaces with relative ease. Available in multiple configurations from cargo carriers and tankers to recovery trucks, the T138 demonstrated Tatra's commitment to versatility. Even the industrial design reflected a blend of functionality and subtle elegance, with smooth lines minimizing unnecessary protrusions while still projecting a sense of mechanical authority. The T138 was not just a vehicle, it was a statement that engineering ingenuity could create trucks that were both utilitarian and audaciously unconventional. Beneath its unusual exterior, the Tatra T138 was a mechanical powerhouse. Its backbone chassis housed a Tatra air-cooled V8 diesel engine, producing between 170 and 180 horsepower, which, while modest in absolute numbers, delivered remarkable torque for heavy hauling in off-road conditions. The truck's multi-axle layout, often with 6x6 or 6x4 drive configurations, allowed for unparalleled traction and load distribution, making it capable of carrying payloads exceeding 10 tons in extremely rugged environments. Its independent swing half-axle suspension system was revolutionary for the time, permitting wheels to move vertically without compromising chassis integrity, a feature that made Tatra trucks legendary for off-road resilience. Steering was precise, despite the vehicle's size, and braking systems were robust enough to handle full loads on steep gradients. The T138's modular design meant that parts could be interchanged or replaced with relative ease, a critical advantage in remote, industrial, or military zones. Drivers appreciated the thoughtful ergonomics of the cab, with strategically positioned controls, durable seating, and easy access to the engine for maintenance. The combination of air-cooled diesel reliability, independent suspension, and a backbone chassis made the T138 one of the most mechanically advanced trucks of its era. In addition to durability, the truck's design emphasized serviceability and longevity, enabling decades of continuous operation under extreme conditions without significant failure, a testament to the foresight of Tatra's engineers. The Tatra T138's influence extended far beyond its mechanical achievements. It became a symbol of Eastern European engineering ingenuity during a period when industrial capability was both a national priority and a point of pride. The truck was widely used in construction, mining, and military logistics, proving itself capable of tasks that would overwhelm Western conventional trucks. Its unusual design, combining a robust backbone chassis with independent suspension and a high-strength air-cooled engine, made it a curiosity and fascination among truck enthusiasts worldwide, particularly in countries that rarely saw Eastern European vehicles. Many T138s remained operational well into the 1980s, outlasting newer trucks due to their sheer durability and simplicity of maintenance. Today, the T138 is celebrated by vintage truck collectors as a legendary off-road workhorse, admired for its audacious engineering and unconventional aesthetic. Unlike flashy concept trucks or radical showpieces, its weirdness lies in its functionality and design philosophy, which defied traditional Western truck norms. The T138 proved that innovation could take form in practicality, creating a machine that looks strange to the untrained eye, but operates with unmatched efficiency in the environments it was built for. In the pantheon of weird and strange trucks, the T138 earns its place not for glamour or spectacle, but for the audacity of engineering and resilience. It is a living reminder that the strangest trucks are sometimes the ones built to survive, adapt, and dominate, turning the impossible challenges of rugged terrain and heavy payloads into routine performance. The Tatra T138 remains an enduring icon, a vehicle that challenges conventional ideas of truck design while inspiring admiration for mechanical brilliance and ingenuity. Number 6. Renault Galion. The Renault Galion, produced between 1959 and 1965, is one of the most unusual mid-20th century European trucks, both for its aesthetics and engineering versatility. At first glance, the Galion presents a compact and almost delicate appearance compared to its bulky contemporaries, but beneath its modest silhouette lies a clever, practical design aimed at urban and regional logistics. The forward control cab offered excellent visibility for city driving, while the short wheelbase allowed for remarkable maneuverability, making it ideal for crowded streets and tight corners. Its boxy cab was softened with slightly rounded edges, giving it a subtle sense of approachability, a rare trait for a commercial truck in the late 1950s. Renault offered a wide range of body configurations, from flatbeds and vans to specialized service vehicles, reflecting the company's intent to make the Galion a one-size-fits-many solution for industrial and commercial needs. Even with its practical design, it carried a unique visual identity that separated it from the otherwise monotonous fleet vehicles of the time. The cab's front fascia, featuring simple chrome detailing, combined functionality with modest elegance. Designers deliberately prioritized a balance between utility, aesthetics, and adaptability, creating a truck that could serve a variety of roles without appearing out of place in urban or rural environments. For Renault, the Galion was more than a workhorse. It was a statement of efficient design, combining clever space utilization with subtle style, a rare accomplishment for a commercial vehicle in its era. Under the hood, the Renault Galion was powered by a range of robust diesel and petrol engines, typically 2.0 to 3.0 liters in displacement, offering enough torque to handle payloads ranging from 2 to 4 tons. Its forward control layout allowed the engine to be mounted partially under the cab, optimizing cargo bed length without extending overall vehicle dimensions. The chassis was reinforced to handle heavy-duty work, while the suspension utilized leaf springs both front and rear, balancing comfort with durability on uneven surfaces. Steering and braking systems were tuned for the truck's urban and regional roles, allowing drivers to navigate narrow streets safely while fully loaded. Renault also focused on ease of maintenance, with engine access designed for quick service, a feature that endeared the Galion to fleet operators across Europe. Its versatility extended to specialized configurations, including ambulances, fire trucks, and refrigerated vans. Despite its modest engine output by modern standards, the Galion's engineering emphasized reliability, longevity, and adaptability, which allowed it to remain in service long after production ceased. The truck's compact yet sturdy frame, combined with thoughtful mechanical design, made it capable of performing tasks that many larger trucks would struggle with in congested or limited spaces. Every aspect of the Galion's engineering reflects a philosophy of smart problem-solving over sheer size or power, making it a standout in mid-century European commercial vehicles. The Renault Galion's impact extended beyond its engineering, carving a niche as a versatile, enduring workhorse across Europe. Fleet operators appreciated its combination of maneuverability, reliability, and cargo capacity, making it an essential asset for small and medium-sized businesses. Its adaptability meant that a single Galion could serve multiple roles over its lifetime, a factor that contributed to its widespread adoption in France and neighboring countries. Today, surviving Galions are celebrated among vintage truck enthusiasts, prized for their historical significance, practicality, and quirky charm. While it may not possess the outlandish styling of a Dodge Deora or the futuristic glass canopy of the Citroën Cityrama, the Galion's understated oddness lies in its ability to blend compact dimensions with heavy-duty functionality, a combination rare for the era. Its design philosophy influenced future European light and medium trucks, emphasizing efficiency, ease of use, and multi-purpose utility. Collectors and automotive historians often highlight the Galion as a classic example of practical ingenuity, demonstrating that trucks do not need flamboyant aesthetics to be memorable. In the pantheon of weird and strange trucks, the Renault Galion earns its place not for being visually shocking, but for engineering cleverness disguised in an unassuming package, proving that understated design can be as strange and remarkable as any wild concept vehicle. It remains a symbol of smart, versatile engineering that challenged conventions in commercial transport during the late 1950s and early 1960s, leaving a lasting legacy in European automotive history. Number 5. Foden S21. The Foden S21 is a striking example of British post-war trucking ingenuity, emerging in the 1950s and continuing production into the 1960s. Unlike the flashy concept trucks of the era, the S21 was designed with functionality, durability, and heavy-duty performance in mind, yet it still exudes a unique and unusual presence that makes it stand out in any lineup of vintage trucks. Its appearance is immediately recognizable by the robust angular cab, set high above the multi-axle chassis, giving it a commanding stance on roads and industrial sites. The truck's proportions are slightly exaggerated, with a wide front end, prominent fenders, and a boxy, upright cabin that looks almost militaristic compared to civilian trucks. Foden was known for producing specialized industrial vehicles, and the S21 was no exception, featuring a design optimized for long-haul and construction work. Its versatility allowed it to be used as a heavy-duty tipper, cargo hauler, or recovery vehicle, reflecting a post-war Britain where industries needed reliable trucks capable of handling extreme loads under unpredictable conditions. While its design is undeniably functional, there's a certain charm in the S21's unconventional proportions and the way its cab seems perched on the frame like a tower, giving it an almost anthropomorphic personality. This unusual combination of aesthetic oddity and practicality makes the Foden S21 one of the most memorable and weird trucks from the mid-20th century. A vehicle that doesn't just haul goods, it commands attention wherever it operates. Its industrial styling, coupled with high visibility and durability, created a truck that was purpose-built, yet visually distinct, standing apart from both contemporary British and international trucks. The Foden S21's engineering was focused on heavy-duty reliability, an area in which the British truck manufacturer excelled. It typically featured robust inline-six diesel engines, producing substantial torque to move heavy loads over uneven and often challenging terrain. The truck's chassis incorporated multiple axles, allowing for greater load distribution and improved stability, which was essential for industries such as construction, mining, and logistics. Suspension was designed to withstand extreme weight, using leaf springs and reinforced frames to prevent structural failure under stress. The cab's elevated position not only improved driver visibility, but also allowed for easier access to mechanical components beneath, simplifying maintenance, a crucial feature for vehicles operating in industrial environments with minimal downtime. The Foden S21 employed manual transmissions optimized for hauling, with gear ratios engineered to maximize torque while preserving engine longevity. Despite its utilitarian design, the truck incorporated engineering innovations for the era, including advanced braking systems for controlling heavily laden vehicles and durable steel cabs capable of surviving years of punishing use. Drivers often remarked on the S21's commanding feel, the sense of stability, and the assurance that it could carry enormous payloads without compromise. It was a truck that embodied the industrial ethos of post-war Britain, combining practical engineering with rugged reliability, while still presenting an oddly striking visual presence that set it apart from conventional trucks of the time. In many ways, the S21's weirdness comes not from gimmicks or radical styling, but from its sheer size, cab positioning, and the almost theatrical manner in which it dominates both city streets and industrial yards. The Foden S21's cultural and historical significance extends beyond its mechanical achievements. In Britain, it became a symbol of industrial resilience and post-war recovery, often associated with construction projects, heavy cargo transportation, and even military applications. Its unusual proportions, elevated cab, and multi-axle configuration made it instantly recognizable, turning it into a favorite among enthusiasts of vintage trucks and heavy machinery. Unlike trucks designed purely for utility, the S21 carries a certain visual personality, a combination of size, geometry, and presence that makes it almost iconic. Today, surviving Foden S21s are prized by collectors and industrial vehicle museums, celebrated for their historical relevance, durability, and unique design. They serve as a reminder that the weirdest trucks are not always futuristic or radical. They can be ordinary vehicles amplified by engineering, extremity, and visual exaggeration, achieving an almost legendary status through their purpose-driven oddness. The S21 also influenced subsequent British heavy-duty truck design, setting benchmarks for load distribution, cab, ergonomics, and reliability under challenging conditions. For modern enthusiasts, it represents a bridge between pre-war designs and the more standardized post-war industrial trucks, offering a glimpse into a time when British engineering balanced practicality with an unmistakable presence on the road. Its weirdness is subtle yet undeniable. The combination of towering cab, multi-axle stance, and uncompromising engineering makes the Foden S21 a truck that is functional, historically important, and oddly mesmerizing. It exemplifies how trucks can be simultaneously practical and strange, leaving a legacy that inspires admiration and fascination decades after production ended. In the pantheon of weird and unusual trucks, the Foden S21 holds a firm place, proving that mechanical ingenuity, size, and a distinctive visual personality can transform a simple industrial vehicle into a legendary icon of automotive history. Number 4. Alfa Romeo Utility Truck. The Alfa Romeo utility truck is one of the most peculiar yet fascinating small trucks to come out of Italy during the 1960s. Alfa Romeo, primarily known for its stylish sports cars and sedans, ventured into commercial vehicles with the Romeo series, creating a utility truck that blended compact efficiency with unmistakable Italian flair. The truck featured a cab-over design, which maximized cargo space within a remarkably short overall length, making it ideal for the narrow streets and alleys of European cities. Its small, rounded cab had a distinct charm, with a minimalist grille, circular headlights, and a slightly sloped windshield that conveyed both approachability and purpose. Despite its tiny footprint, the Romeo was remarkably versatile, available in multiple body styles, including flatbeds, vans, and light-duty pickup configurations. Its exterior design was clearly influenced by Alfa Romeo's car aesthetics, giving the truck an unusual elegance that contrasted sharply with the purely utilitarian trucks of the era. The Romeo wasn't designed to be imposing. Rather, it impressed through clever packaging, functional engineering, and a sense of playful sophistication. For Italian urban logistics, small businesses, and local delivery routes, the Alfa Romeo was a revelation. Compact, practical, and visually distinct. Its proportions, unique styling, and adaptability made it instantly recognizable on the streets, giving it a personality that larger trucks rarely possessed. Even today, its quirky charm and unusual positioning in Alfa Romeo's lineup make it one of the most talked about and collectible utility trucks of the decade, a rare example of Italian design flair applied to commercial transport. Mechanically, the Alfa Romeo utility truck was designed for efficiency and durability, rather than brute power. Depending on the model, it came equipped with small displacement, inline-4 engines, typically ranging from 1.3 to 1.6 litres, delivering adequate power for urban delivery work. Its cab-over layout allowed for a low center of gravity and excellent maneuverability, while the suspension system combined simplicity with functionality, featuring leaf springs in the rear and independent front suspension for smoother urban driving. Despite its diminutive engine, the Romeo was capable of hauling loads between 1,000 and 1,500 kilograms, a remarkable feat given its size. The truck's drivetrain emphasized reliability over speed, with robust manual gearboxes engineered for constant use in stop-and-go city traffic. Maintenance was straightforward, as Alfa Romeo designed the vehicle for accessibility and durability, reducing downtime for small businesses relying on the truck for daily deliveries. The lightweight construction, combined with thoughtful engineering, allowed the Romeo to navigate narrow streets, sharp corners, and crowded city environments that larger trucks could not manage. In addition, the truck's modular body design made it easy to convert from a flatbed to a van or other specialized configurations, extending its usefulness for a variety of commercial applications. The Romeo's engineering philosophy was clear: maximize functionality, minimize complexity, and retain the brand's distinctive style, resulting in a truck that was as charming as it was practical. The Alfa Romeo utility truck left a lasting impression on both commercial operators and automotive enthusiasts. While it never achieved the mass production numbers of mainstream trucks, its distinctive design, practical engineering, and Italian elegance secured a niche following that has persisted into modern times. In cities across Italy and Europe during the 1960s, the Romeo became a familiar sight, quietly performing deliveries, transporting goods, and navigating alleys where larger trucks could not fit. Its unusual combination of compact design, light load capacity, and unmistakable styling made it a standout in a world dominated by utilitarian and bland commercial vehicles. Today, surviving examples are highly prized by collectors of rare Italian vehicles, celebrated for their historical significance and quirky aesthetics. Unlike American or British trucks built for sheer size and power, the Alfa Romeo stands out as a clever, stylish, and highly functional urban vehicle that defied expectations of what a commercial truck could be. Its legacy extends beyond its practical uses. It represents a moment in automotive history when even commercial trucks could be designed with creativity, elegance, and personality. For enthusiasts of strange and unusual vehicles, the Romeo exemplifies the idea that weirdness in trucking isn't always about monstrous size or radical concept features sometimes. It's about designing a small vehicle that stands out in a crowd, handles with precision, and leaves a lasting visual impression. The Alfa Romeo utility truck remains an enduring symbol of Italian ingenuity, proving that even the humblest urban delivery truck can be strange, stylish, and unforgettable. Number 3. Fageol Twin Coach Delivery Truck. The Fageol Twin Coach Delivery Truck of the 1950s is an oddity that immediately grabs attention with its round, bulbous shape and unconventional proportions. Unlike the boxy utilitarian delivery trucks common in post-war Europe and America, the Fageol Twin Coach was designed with curves everywhere, giving it an almost organic appearance, reminiscent of a loaf of bread or a giant beetle. Its integral frame construction, where the body and chassis are a single unit, allowed engineers to maximize interior cargo space while maintaining a relatively short wheelbase, perfect for navigating tight city streets and narrow alleyways. The exterior curves were more than a stylistic flourish. They allowed for improved maneuverability and reduced collision damage in congested urban environments. Windows wrapped around the cab, offering the driver a commanding panoramic view of the road, a feature uncommon for trucks of that era. The doors, while standard, were proportionally smaller, emphasizing the compact aerodynamic silhouette. The Fageol Twin Coach was a rare blend of practical delivery engineering and playful post-war design optimism, proving that even a work truck could carry personality. While its looks may seem cartoonish by modern standards, it was taken seriously at the time, providing functional utility for postal services, bakeries, and small businesses in urban environments. Every curve, line, and panel was crafted to optimize both function and aesthetics, making it one of the strangest and most forward-thinking delivery vehicles of its era. Underneath its quirky exterior, the Fageol Twin Coach relied on reliable, practical mechanics. The truck's engine was typically an International Harvester unit or similar diesel/gas powertrain, small enough to maintain the vehicle's lightweight profile, but strong enough to carry payloads of several hundred kilograms through city streets. The integral frame construction reduced the number of separate components, increasing rigidity and minimizing maintenance concerns, a clever engineering solution for municipal fleets that valued simplicity and durability. Suspension was tuned for urban driving, providing stability and comfort despite the oddly high center of the cab created by the rounded roof. Steering and braking systems were adapted to accommodate the relatively short wheelbase, giving the driver confidence even in crowded city conditions. Cargo access was optimized for efficiency. The wide rear doors allowed large items to be loaded, while the spacious interior leveraged the full, bulbous volume of the truck. Despite its unconventional shape, it performed its duties reliably, illustrating that odd-looking vehicles could still excel in practical applications. In many ways, the Fageol Twin Coach represented a bridge between utility and imagination. The exterior challenged aesthetic norms, while the mechanics remained grounded in proven engineering principles. It was a rare instance of a manufacturer daring to inject personality into a delivery truck without compromising functionality, a philosophy that was decades ahead of its time. Though the Fageol twin coach never achieved the fame of more glamorous concept vehicles, its impact lies in its uniqueness and cultural charm. It represents a period in the 1950s when European designers and engineers were exploring ways to blend utility with personality, a stark contrast to the stark, boxy trucks that would dominate later decades. Today, surviving examples of the Fageol twin coach are incredibly rare, prized by collectors and enthusiasts of vintage commercial vehicles for their distinctive aesthetic and historical significance. Its quirky appearance has earned it a place in automotive museums, photographs, and historical publications as an example of post-war design creativity applied to everyday transport. Beyond its collector value, it serves as a reminder that innovation does not always require horsepower or speed. It can emerge from thinking differently about proportions, ergonomics, and style. The twin coach challenges our modern assumptions about utility vehicles, demonstrating that even a delivery truck could carry the spirit of experimentation and visual delight. In the context of the weirdest trucks ever engineered, the Fageol twin coach is notable not for raw power, size, or technical records, but for its ability to turn mundane, urban logistics into something memorable and human-centered. It stands as a testament to a time when design audacity was celebrated in even the most functional vehicles, proving that trucks could be as playful, innovative, and strange as the imagination allowed. Number 2. Citroën U55, Currus Cityrama. The Citroën U55. Currus Cityrama is one of the most visually striking and unconventional trucks of the 1950s, blending functional engineering with what can only be described as theatrical design. Unlike traditional trucks built for hauling or industrial work, the Cityrama was designed as a double-decker sightseeing vehicle for Parisian tours, making it an oddball in the world of heavy vehicles. Built on the sturdy chassis of the Citroën U55, the Cityrama featured an entirely custom coach-built body by Currus, a renowned French coach builder. Its upper deck was fully enclosed in glass, providing panoramic views of iconic landmarks like the Eiffel Tower and the Louvre. The front end of the truck protruded in a sharp, almost shark-like nose, giving the vehicle an unusual, futuristic aesthetic that made it look less like a truck and more like a spaceship rolling along the boulevards. Its proportions were deliberately exaggerated. The upper deck raised the vehicle's height, making it loom over other traffic, while the heavily glazed sides created a floating, airy appearance despite its massive weight. The Cityrama was intended to provide an unparalleled passenger experience, prioritizing visibility and spectacle over speed or efficiency. Every line of its design emphasized the uniqueness of the vehicle, from the curved front fascia to the sweeping side panels that extended beyond the wheel arches. This truck is a prime example of a vehicle that is both functional and utterly bizarre, the kind of strange, memorable design that captures attention decades later. In a world dominated by boxy, utilitarian trucks, the Citroën Cityrama dared to be whimsical, luxurious, and undeniably weird, earning its spot among the strangest trucks ever engineered. Mechanically, the Citroën U55 Currus Cityrama was built to handle the significant weight of a fully loaded sightseeing bus while remaining maneuverable in urban environments. The original U55 chassis provided a robust diesel engine and a heavy-duty suspension system, capable of supporting the enormous upper glass deck and its passengers. Steering and braking were carefully calibrated to accommodate the elevated center of gravity, ensuring that the Cityrama remained stable on city streets, even when negotiating sharp corners or crowded boulevards. The body incorporated lightweight materials where possible to counterbalance the extensive glass, while reinforced steel ensured structural integrity. The cab itself was forward control, meaning the driver sat above the engine, improving visibility in busy traffic. Despite the vehicle's unusual height and length, it was surprisingly nimble, a testament to Citroën's attention to engineering detail. The combination of a low-speed diesel engine, strong braking systems, and advanced suspension made the Cityrama safe and reliable for passengers, even under the strains of daily tours. Every aspect of the truck was purpose-driven, with engineering focused on maintaining stability and comfort without sacrificing the aesthetic that made it so iconic. This was not a vehicle designed for raw power or cargo transport. Instead, it represents a masterclass in balancing visual spectacle with functional performance, producing a truck that was as mechanically competent as it was bizarre in appearance. The Citroën U55. Currus Cityrama quickly became a symbol of mid-century French innovation and urban charm, standing out on Parisian streets with its futuristic design and fully glazed upper deck. It was a vehicle that combined entertainment, transportation, and architectural flair in a single machine, offering tourists a unique perspective on the city that no other vehicle could provide. Its weirdness lies in the sheer audacity of its design, a truck transformed into a luxury viewing platform, elevated above traffic, and wrapped in glass like a floating observatory. Today, surviving examples are rare, and they are celebrated in museums, automotive shows, and private collections for their historical and aesthetic significance. The Cityrama influenced later designs in the world of tour buses and double-decker vehicles, inspiring manufacturers to prioritize passenger experience, visibility, and uniqueness in vehicle design. For truck enthusiasts, it represents a rare moment in history where function and flamboyance merged seamlessly, producing something truly unforgettable. Unlike industrial or military trucks, whose oddness often comes from size or engineering extremity, the Cityrama's strangeness is artistic, playful, and luxurious, yet every unusual feature was grounded in engineering practicality. Its legacy endures as a reminder that trucks and vehicles in general don't always have to be utilitarian. They can be expressions of creativity, ingenuity, and bold vision. For anyone compiling a list of the weirdest trucks ever engineered, the Citroën U55 Currus Cityrama is essential, demonstrating that the weirdest vehicles can also be the most charming, functional, and culturally significant. It stands today as a monument to a time when automotive design dared to dream bigger, elevating passengers above the ordinary, while simultaneously redefining what a truck could look like and accomplish. Number 1. Dodge Deora. The Dodge Deora is not just a truck, it is a radical piece of automotive art that challenged every expectation of what a pickup could be in the 1960s. Designed by the visionary brothers Harry and Gene Winfield, the Deora began life as a Dodge A100 pickup, but what emerged was a mid-century mechanical sculpture that looked like it had traveled straight out of a science fiction comic. The first thing that sets the Deora apart is its doorless cab design, a striking departure from conventional truck ergonomics. To enter the vehicle, drivers climb through a forward-hinged windshield hatch, twisting and maneuvering into bucket seats, a process more akin to mounting a spacecraft than a commercial truck. The truck's low-slung profile, sweeping lines, and chopped roof give it a fluid, almost organic aesthetic that seems to defy gravity, emphasizing speed and style over traditional utility. The cargo bed was also reshaped, integrating seamlessly with the cab and lending the Deora a streamlined futuristic silhouette, unlike anything else on the road at the time. Its fiberglass bodywork allowed the designers to push boundaries of shape and proportion, creating a vehicle that captured the imagination of enthusiasts, collectors, and casual onlookers alike. While the Deora was compact in size, every inch of its bodywork conveyed intention, from the sloping hood to the integrated fenders, giving it an almost aggressive personality despite its small frame. The design philosophy behind the Deora emphasized that trucks could be bold, beautiful, and entirely unconventional, setting it apart from the mundane utility vehicles of the era and ensuring its place as one of the weirdest and most iconic trucks ever engineered. Underneath its radical design, the Dodge Deora retained mechanical elements from its original Dodge A100 chassis, but almost everything else was reinvented to accommodate its futuristic styling. The mid-engine layout moved the trusty slant 6 engine into the bed, freeing the front of the cab for the low, aerodynamic profile that defines the truck. The suspension was modified to maintain handling stability despite the unusual weight distribution, while the steering and brakes were adapted to a vehicle that was lower to the ground and significantly altered in its proportions. The Deora's compact dimensions, combined with a fiberglass body and low center of gravity, allowed it to handle urban streets and exhibition show floors with remarkable agility. While it was not designed for high-speed performance, its 101 horsepower slant-6 engine provided sufficient power for cruising and demonstrations, ensuring the truck could operate fully functional while maintaining its radical appearance. Even the smallest details, such as the swing-away steering wheel, were engineered to accommodate the cab's unconventional entry method, allowing drivers to navigate without compromising comfort or control. The Deora's engineering represents a fusion of functionality and audacious style, proving that a truck could be fully operable while looking entirely otherworldly. It remains a prime example of what happens when designers prioritize creativity, ergonomics, and spectacle over conventional truck design norms, creating a vehicle that is as mechanically capable as it is visually astonishing. The Dodge Deora left an indelible mark on automotive culture, securing its place as a cult classic among collectors and enthusiasts. Debuting at car shows and winning awards such as the prestigious Riddler Award in 1967, the Deora quickly became a symbol of creative freedom in vehicle design. Unlike mass-produced trucks, which were primarily functional and standardized, the Deora represented the art of radical customization, pushing the boundaries of what a pickup could be. Its influence extended beyond automotive circles, inspiring Hot Wheels miniatures, concept vehicles, and a generation of designers to explore unconventional layouts, futuristic proportions, and playful ergonomics in vehicle design. Today, the Deora is celebrated not for its cargo capacity or brute force, but for its audacious, unforgettable aesthetics and the imaginative vision behind it. It remains an enduring example of the 1960s hot rod and custom culture, where individuality, bold experimentation, and technical ingenuity merged to create rolling works of art. For those who study or admire strange and unusual trucks, the Deora proves that weirdness can be purposeful, functional, and culturally impactful. It demonstrates that engineering creativity combined with fearless design can produce vehicles that captivate the imagination decades after their creation. In the pantheon of weird and strange trucks, the Dodge Deora earns a top spot, not only for its radical form, but also for its role in shaping perceptions of what a pickup can be. A strange, daring, and beautiful mechanical dream brought to life. The Deora continues to inspire collectors, artists, and designers, ensuring that its legacy as one of the weirdest trucks ever engineered remains intact, and its doors, well, lack thereof, remain a legendary conversation starter wherever it appears. From trucks with no doors to glass spaceships, tiny Italian oddities, and massive cab-forward beasts, these 10 old-school trucks prove that engineers of the past weren't afraid to dream, and sometimes to break all the rules. Which of these trucks would you dare to drive? Would it be the futuristic Dodge Deora, the elegant Airflow tanker, or the playful Fageol twin coach? Comment below, hit that like button, and subscribe for more deep dives into the weirdest, wildest, and most incredible machines ever engineered.